If you were my daughter, there are things about men I wouldn't sugarcoat. And the reason why is because the world will try to convince you that all men are basically good, that love conquers all, and that if you're just patient and understanding enough, everything will work out. But that's not preparing you for reality. That's setting you up to get hurt. The truth is, there are patterns in how men operate that most women never see coming. There are strategies some men use deliberately, and there are biological realities about male psychology that no one talks about openly. And if you don't understand these things, you'll keep making the same mistakes over and over again. And I would know because I've watched too many incredible women get blindsided by men who seemed perfect at first. I've seen women waste years of their lives on guys who were never going to commit. I've watched women ignore obvious red flags because they wanted to believe the best in someone. So if you were my daughter, my job isn't to make you feel good about dating. It's to make sure you can protect yourself and recognize what you're really dealing with. Because once you understand how men actually think and operate, you'll be able to make better choices and avoid the heartbreak that comes from being in the dark. And in this video, I'll be sharing 5 uncomfortable truths about men you'd wish you knew sooner. Number 1. Some men will deliberately break you down to control you. This is the part that breaks my heart when I see it. There are men out there who will systematically destroy your confidence, isolate you from your support system, and make you dependent on them so you can't leave. Think of it like a predator in the wild. They don't go after the strongest animal in the herd. They look for the one that's separated, vulnerable, or distracted. These men do the same thing. They study you to find your weaknesses and then use them against you. From what I've seen, this type of man will start by love-bombing you. He'll make you feel like you're the most special woman in the world. He'll say things like, "I've never felt this way about anyone, and you're so different from other women." He'll move fast and make you feel like you're in a fairy tale. But here's what I know about men like this. Once they have you hooked, the mask comes off. They'll start criticizing little things about you. They'll make comments about your friends being bad influences or your family not understanding your relationship. They'll slowly convince you that you need them to be happy. Over the years, I've watched this pattern destroy amazing women. These men will tell you that you're too sensitive when you get upset about their behavior. They'll make you question your own memory and feelings. They'll isolate you until you have nowhere else to turn. This is one of those things men never say out loud. But predatory men actually target women who are kind, empathetic, and giving because they know these women will make excuses for bad behavior and try to fix the relationship instead of leaving. Number 2, rich men and poor men both have strategies to use you. They just use different tools. What most women don't realize is that having money doesn't automatically make a man more honest or more likely to commit. Both rich men and poor men understand there are strategies to get what they want from women. They just use different approaches. Think of it like 2 different types of fishing. One fisherman uses fancy, expensive equipment, and the other uses a simple hook and worm, but they're both trying to catch the same fish. From what I've seen, poor men will use words, promises, and emotional manipulation to get what they want. They'll tell you they love you, make big promises about the future, and use their charm to win you over, because that's all they have to work with. Rich men, on the other hand, use their money as their tool. They know that most women have been told, make sure he invests in you, and make sure he spends money on you. So they'll take you on expensive dates, buy you gifts, and flash their wealth to make you think they are serious about you. This is what no one tells you about men who actually commit. The ones who are serious about you will show consistency in their actions over time, regardless of how much money they have. A good man with money will be consistent and generous. A good man without money will be consistent and find other ways to show he cares. But both rich and poor men who just want to use you rush the process. The poor guy rushes with emotions and promises. The rich guy rushes with expensive experiences and gifts. Both are trying to get you to let your guard down quickly so they can get what they want. Now, if you're tired of being the woman who gets used, manipulated, or taken for granted, then you'll need to become the woman who has men competing for your attention and treating you like a prize. The reality is, there's a specific psychology that makes quality men obsess over certain women while completely ignoring others. As their tool, they know that most women have been told, make sure he invests in you and make sure he spends money on you. So they'll take you on expensive dates, buy you gifts, and flash their wealth to make you think they are serious about you. This is what no one tells you about men who actually commit. The ones who are serious about you will show consistency in their actions over time, regardless of how much money they have. A good man with money will be consistent and generous. A good man without money will be consistent and find other ways to show he cares. But both rich and poor men who just want to use you will rush the process. The poor guy rushes with emotions and promises. The rich guy rushes with expensive experiences and gifts. Both are trying to get you to let your guard down quickly so they can get what they want. Now, if you're tired of being the woman who gets used, manipulated, or taken for granted, then you'll need to become the woman who has men competing for your attention and treating you like a prize. The reality is, there's a specific psychology that makes quality men obsess over certain women while completely ignoring others. It's not about being the prettiest or the most successful. It's about understanding exactly how to trigger the right responses in a man's mind so that he becomes the one chasing you. There's a program I recommend called How to Make Men Worship You that teaches you the exact strategies to become the woman men can't stop thinking about. Instead of hoping he'll choose you, you'll have him working to prove himself worthy of you. If you're tired of dealing with men who use these manipulation tactics on you, it's time to learn how to turn the tables. Check the link in the description. This could change everything about how men treat you. Number 3. Men use intermittent reinforcement to keep you hooked. Here's where the psychology gets fascinating. Certain men will use what behavioral scientists call intermittent reinforcement scheduling to keep you emotionally dependent on them. You've probably experienced this pattern without even realizing what was happening. He'll ignore your texts for days, then suddenly send the sweetest message. He'll be distant and cold, then show up with flowers and act perfect for a weekend. Most women think this hot and cold behavior means he's complicated, but it's actually a psychological manipulation tactic. The research behind this is disturbing. Intermittent reinforcement creates stronger addiction than consistent reward. It's the same principle that makes slot machines so addictive. Your brain releases more dopamine from unpredictable affection than from consistent love, which is why you find yourself obsessing over men who treat you poorly but give you just enough attention to keep you hooked. Once you understand what intermittent reinforcement scheduling actually looks like, the specific timing patterns, how it hijacks your dopamine system, and why it's more psychologically addictive than genuine love, you'll never fall for this manipulation again. And if you want to know exactly how to recognize intermittent reinforcement scheduling and break free from this psychological trap, comment manipulation tactic below and I'll explain the science behind why this keeps you hooked. Number 4. Most young men are not ready for the relationship you want. This is one of those things men never admit, even to themselves. But the majority of men in their early 20s are not emotionally or mentally ready to be the provider, protector, and partner that you're looking for in a serious relationship. Think of it like expecting a teenager to run a company. They might be smart and capable, but they haven't developed the maturity, experience, and emotional tools needed for that level of responsibility yet. From what I've seen, young men are dealing with high testosterone and low levels of the hormones that actually make them want to bond and commit. They're biologically wired to explore, experiment, and avoid getting tied down. It's not personal. It's just where they are in their development. Over the years, I've noticed a pattern. Women in their 20s will meet a guy their age who seems perfect, but he's not ready for anything serious, or wants to focus on his career, or needs to figure himself out first. And these women will wait and hope he changes his mind. Here's the uncomfortable truth. He probably won't change his mind until he's older and more mature, and by then, you might have wasted years of your life waiting for someone who was never going to be ready when you needed him to be. This doesn't mean all young men are bad or that you should only date older guys, but it does mean you need to be realistic about what most men your age can actually offer you emotionally and relationally. Number 5. He knows when he's wasting your time. He just doesn't want to say it first. As a man, I can promise you this. If a man is being unclear about his intentions, if he's giving you mixed signals, if he's keeping you in a situationship without commitment, he knows exactly what he's doing. He's not confused. He's avoiding responsibility. Think of it like someone who keeps borrowing money from you but never talks about paying it back. They know they owe you. They're just hoping you won't bring it up because they don't want to deal with the uncomfortable conversation. This is what I wish someone told her before she gave everything to him. When a man wants you, confusion dies fast. When a man is serious about you, his actions become boringly consistent. When a man values you, he doesn't leave you guessing about where you stand. I've been in the room when men talk about the women they're stringing along, and they'll openly admit things like, "Yeah, I know she wants more, but I'm not ready to give it to her," or "I know I should probably end it, but she's cool with how things are, so why rock the boat?" What most women don't realize is that men will take whatever you're willing to give for as long as you're willing to give it. If you're okay with being his girlfriend without the title, he'll let you. If you're okay with acting like his wife without the ring, he'll let you.